What time is it? It's pizza time o'clock. Alright, so I know this is gonna sound weird coming from an overweight person like myself, but to be honest, I'm actually not a big pizza fan. Let me cue the music. So, my reason for not being a pizza fanatic dates back to when I was pregnant with my first child. I actually thought I could finish 2 large pizzas because I was eating for 2, so I thought, yay, any excuse to finish 2 large pizzas. So I bought the 2 large pizzas, and I think I probably had like 2 or 3 slices in the first try, and the smell, like it just started smelling too much for me. Like, when you're pregnant, the smell, your sense of smell just gets too much. So it just smelled so bad. So ever since, my daughter's 3 years old now, so ever since I've not been good friends with pizza. But anywho, let's make these pizza pockets. So I've prepped my pizza base premix from Banting Blvd. So I'm gonna put it in these cupcake molds. So I've let it sit for about 10 minutes as the package suggests. So I'm going to scoop my mixture into the molds and just kind of flatten it in there. It's quite a sticky dough, so you're going to need to work it into your mold. So I just kind of press it in there and hope for the best. So I'm just going to kind of let it form into the mold or into the cup of the cupcake. Yeah, so I can't believe it actually. In the past 3 years, I don't really recall ever buying pizza for myself, that is. Maybe I'll buy it for the kids, but usually when I do actually have pizza, it's homemade and not with the normal flat rolled out base. I just make a wet dough, kind of like bread, and then I just throw in the toppings and I'm done. So I just make it quick and easy. I don't stress myself out making fancy pizza. Plus, I just don't want to be reminded of a dark pizza time in my life. Oh my gosh, the horror. Oh, yeah, sometimes the smell kind of haunts me. It wasn't rotten or anything like that. It's just that the smell of grease and bacon and pizza smell was just way too much for my hormones at the time. So I just never got over it. So yeah, let's finish up these pizzas. So once I'm done smoothing it out and flattening it, I am going to pop it in the oven until it kind of crisps up and gets golden brown. I did add some cheese to the premix just to give it more, me, I like adding extra, I'm all about the extra. Okay, so you can continue flattening it with your fingers, but I just remember that I actually have some shot glasses, so I'm going to spray the outside of the shot glass with some grease and try and use that to flatten it inside, just to give it a bit more depth, so it can be more of a cup form. So I'm just going to use the shot glass to see if that doesn't work. But remember, the dough is very sticky, so you need to either maybe add some water or something on the outside or grease it up like I've done. Okay, so in the oven it goes for about 15 minutes. I also made a round pizza with the leftover dough since I didn't use everything. So I'm just putting the topping on that. It was in the oven while I was prepping the cups. Okay, 15 minutes later, and this is how the pizza cups look. They're a bit crisp on the edges, so it's time for filling. Let's fill up these babies. So I'm going to cheat a bit. I'm going to use this tomato sauce and the Carb Smart barbecue sauce. I'm not going to use any fancy sauce for the tomato sauce of the pizza or the base of the pizza, just normal sauce, nothing fancy. So I'm just gonna squeeze that out on there, and then I'll add the barbecue for the other one. So I'm just kind of making Hawaiian. I know some say it's a sin to put pineapple in a pizza, but hey man, whatever. So one I'm making chicken Hawaiian, and then the other one I'm making barbecue, mince, mushroom, whatever you want to call it. I mean, the thing I like about pizza the most is, you can be as versatile as you want. Whatever you have on hand at home, you can just pop it in your pizza. So for mine, I made a pre-fried some chicken breasts in onion and garlic and seasoned it. And then the other one, I made beef mince in the same manner, fried it with onion and garlic and seasoned it. So that's my meat filling for my pizza. So now I'm just putting in all the filling that I'm going to need. So I'm adding tomatoes here, just for extra juiciness, because I feel like the base is going to be a bit dry. So because it's got coconut flour. My experience with coconut flour is it gets a bit dry. So I'm going to add some tomatoes just to give it more moisture. And then I'm going to start topping it with the other stuff like the cheese and the meat and so on and so forth. Alright, so here's the filling that I'm going to use to fill up my pizza. I have here some red pepper, jalapeno peppers, pineapple, that's sinful pineapple, and some onion. This is the red onion. It's quite sweet, so that's why I prefer that. The tomatoes already added, some cheese, mushrooms, chicken, white cheddar, and the mince. So let's just fill up this baby. I know it already seems like it's quite stuffed, but just stuff it in there. Just push everything down and stuff it in there. Make sure you fill it up nicely. So I'm going to mix up the flavors. I'm only going to put the red onion in half my batch, and then I'm going to put the red peppers in the other batch. This is just normal red pepper. It's sweet, it's not spicy. So I'm going to put it in half the batch. Alright, so next I'm adding some jalapeno peppers. I love my jalapeno. Doesn't matter, it's all gonna end up in my tummy in any case. Doesn't matter if I don't know how to pronounce it, whatever. English is not my first language. Boo-hoo, whatever language it is. Please school me in the comments, but yes. So I'm gonna add that, and then I'm gonna put in the pineapple. Just squish it in, squishing that pineapple. I'm not putting it in everything, so I'm just gonna put in a few. So half the batch again. And I'm going to add some mushrooms in the other half. I like mushrooms. Like, if you're out of meat and you have mushrooms, I think you still have enough meat. It's kind of like a meat substitute for me. Okay, so here's the real meat. So this is that lean beef mince that I fried. So I'm going to add that on the top. So that goes in the ones that I've added mushroom in. And just squish it in there. Just press it down. It doesn't matter if it's spilling out. Just get all your ingredients in there. Okay, so in the other half, I'm gonna add in my chicken now. So this is just chicken breast pieces that I cut up and fried. So I'm gonna add that into my pizza pockets. So these are so perfect, like for little lunch boxes and, you know, quick snack when you just want to grab and go. I know in Banting they say we don't snack, but this is just like a quick meal that you can have on the run. Nice and small and compact, easy to pack. Okay, so here I'm just repeating the process. I'm going to add my cheese and everything else again, mainly because I don't want to have any leftover ingredients, and I think the more stuffed it is, the better it'll be. So I'm just stuffing it again, adding my cheese on top, and then just layering it as I go. Okay, so it's ready to pop back in the oven. As you can see, I also have the other one in there, so just gonna pop that in for maybe 20 or so minutes. This guy is done and ready to be in my belly. It looks good, doesn't it? I can't wait to taste it. Ooh, so my mini pizza cups are done. These are so great. Like, I think my daughter's gonna love them in her lunchbox. They're so lovely. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Food in my tummy. Let's give a big bite and give it a taste. They're so good. Please like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Cheers, bye.